What's up, guys? Just want to make this short little video. I ended up getting my Tom Woods drive shaft in. I have a little comparison here. It's my old shaft. This is the new Tom Woods with the 1410 U-joints. That has 1350s. Pretty sizable difference. This is 3-inch tubing, that's 2.5, and this is, I believe, 120 wall. So this drive shaft will not give me issues. Really rarely see me breaking that. I do have some bad news. After the transfer case install, I haven't moved the Jeep at all since I installed it last video. And I came under here, saw some fluid on the bottom of the cross member, and noticed there was a crack on the adapter. If you can see, if this thing will focus right here in that crease underneath that stud, there is fluid, transmission fluid leaking right there. So I know the seal's bad in the back of the transmission, which is making it, I believe, go into the adapter, which I don't think it's supposed to cross into there. So this is the back of the transmission. This is the transfer case adapter. Obviously, this is the transfer case. So there's a crack there, and it's leaking down here, making it look like my paper gasket is the one leaking, which it's not. Paper gasket is not leaking. It is a crack in the transmission adapter. Sorry, transfer case adapter. So I'm gonna have to either order a new one, find someone that's got one, and that way it stops leaking. I believe that's been my issue for a long time at this point. This thing's almost always leaked transfer case fluid or transmission fluid. I've always had a problem, so we're gonna get a new adapter coming or find a used one. Hopefully that one's not cracked. Sucky part is I just put the transfer case in this thing, haven't moved it since, and now I probably am going to be tearing it back apart, taking the transfer case back out, and putting a new adapter on it. I was literally ready, had all the tools out and everything to throw this new drive shaft in. Super excited about getting it in, and then I come down there and I find the crack. So it's the way of the game. Stuff gets beat up pretty bad. I did have my transfer case bolts come loose a year ago, and it was wobbling up and down, making noise on the Jeep. So I'm maybe guessing that's what caused the crack in that adapter. Maybe not. It could have been cracked since I put this whole thing together. Who knows? So we'll get a new adapter coming, or find a guy that has one of my buddies or whatnot, and get this thing back up and going. I did set the shaft in here so you guys can see my clearance on my cross member is a little scary. It's maybe a ½ inch. So I'm going to, no, it's not bolted in or nothing right now. So I'm gonna see, once I get this adapter whole ordeal figured out, flex it out. I might do it before, honestly, just to see, make sure nothing's gonna hit, everything's gonna clear. I might end up moving that cross member back. It'd only need maybe 2 inches backwards, and then extend the plate to go for my bushing. Anyways, just want to show you guys what the drive shaft looks like under the Jeep and what I might be dealing with. Might have to move that cross member back, not a big deal. I'll have to take the transfer case back out of this thing and put a new adapter on it, something that's not cracked. And then should be good to go, back to wheeling. Stay tuned for more wheeling videos coming soon, guys. I know this build stuff might be a little boring to some, might be informative to some others. Appreciate the likes and subscribes, guys. Thanks. Alright guys, it's been a few days since I've made the last clips in this video. I ended up sourcing a transfer case adapter from a guy locally here that parts out GMT 800 trucks. He parts out Duramaxes, LS trucks, sells them. So I ended up hitting him up on Marketplace. He had an adapter that I needed. Got it installed. I didn't bother filming any of that stuff because it's just going to keep on getting repetitive at that point. And I spent last Saturday just nailing it out, taking the transfer case back out, swapping the new adapter on, new gaskets, fresh fluid once again. Installed the front drive shaft this time around. So now it's been a couple hours. I got it filled up. No more leaks. Everything's tight. Everything's full of fluid. I did get the front drive shaft installed and ended up putting that out in the ditch up front in front of the house, and The drive shaft does come in contact just a little bit with the cross member, which is unfortunate, but I knew what I was getting myself into anyways. So I'm either going to have to knock the cross member out just a tad bit because my limit straps are almost tight when I'm flexed out on the driver's side drop, and yet it hits just a little bit, but no big deal. Here's that drive shaft installed, got it all bolted up. I do have yet to take it down the road for a real test drive, but around the yard's good enough for now. Thanks guys, once again, appreciate the likes and subscribes. It really helps out, it really motivates me to keep on making these videos. And stay tuned for more wheeling content and more problems with this thing.